This year, London National Park City will celebrate 6 years since it was awarded the status of the first national park city in the world. It was back in 2019 that Mayor Sadiq Khan gave London the status of the world's first national park city, officially kicking off a long-term grassroots movement to make London greener, healthier and wilder.
London has been given the first ever national park city status.
London, the world's first national park city.
Come and enjoy, because life's too short, really and truly.
And London, wow, what an amazing city.
So, greener,
healthier
and wilder.
Welcome to the Do London Differently podcast, part of London National Park City. So, what is London National Park City and what is a ranger? The London National Park City movement is embodied through the champions of our grassroots work. We're a community of over 100 volunteer London National Park City rangers who lead projects in neighbourhoods all across London. Rangers are motivated and passionate about many things, one of which is access to green spaces. I'll be featuring those rangers and their projects through this newly launched podcast. We'll do deep dives into initiatives around the capital, and we'll also feature events and activities that are taking place in boroughs and across the capital. We'll also bring you the latest news from our passionate ranger community. My name's Emily, and I've been a ranger since the first cohort back in 2019. It was the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, so we all onboarded over Zoom as little squares on our computer screens, so we've come a long way since then. I'm based in Coulsdon, which is in South Croydon, the bottommost part of South London. I'm surrounded by lovely green spaces. I've got Farthing Downs and Happy Valley on my doorstep. As well as podcasting, I'm very into nature and wildlife. I love bird watching, standing with my binoculars watching skylarks on Farthing Downs. I also co-host various walks across London with a couple of other rangers, and normally with my trusty sidekick Pippi, who is currently trying to get treats out of my hand. She is a good little mascot for the ranger programme for sure. So as we're rebooting the podcast, we've got a huge amount of content coming up. We've got London Walking Month next month. We've got Shroom Festival later in the year. We've got our 6th birthday, I guess?
Sixth birthday.
6th birthday.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell us what else has been going on so far in 2025, year 6 of the Ranger project?
Well, we are here in 18 Mortimer Street, just off Regent Street, and this is our second visitors centre. Last year we were on Fleet Street, and we've got this certainly for the summer. Mm-hmm. So if people want to drop down and learn more about London National Park City, they certainly can. We're launching different events here as well, and we've been having different festival weeks. This year really started off with, we had our paper, which is available to pick up from the Visitors Centre, or if you want to download it and donate a couple of pounds, you certainly can do, and we'll put links in the show notes where you can do that. We've had a few events. We had Elly, Platt do some Repair Week sessions, and we have also just launched a new cohort of rangers, specifically in Hounslow. So you're going to be seeing lots and lots of things happening in Hounslow. Soon. We've been having a few different events here. What we have begun is some funded projects with different rangers, and the podcast is one of those funded projects. But we've also had an Earth Day event run by Ranger Paula, and Leslie had a wassail, which was lots and lots of fun, and there's lots more things coming up and lots more festival weeks. One of them I wanted to talk about was London Walking Month or London Walking Festival, and that starts on May the 1st.
That's next week.
That is next week.
This week. Gosh.
Yeah.
The great thing about Walking Month is it's a huge collaboration outside of National Park City. We've got Go Jauntly, we're testing out a few TfL routes. It's a great opportunity to showcase so much of what's happening with various different communities and organisations across London.
Yeah, so I kind of had a little warm-up the other day, yesterday. So we're filming this on Sunday. London Marathon's going on, but this
You didn't
part,
take part, just
no,
like to
no,
confirm.
this part of London is a little bit quieter. So it was a warm up to Walking Month. I joined Walking Post, and we walked about 18 miles yesterday.
Any blisters? You
No, I broke in some new shoes as
very
well.
nice.
But yeah, so it's important to have comfortable shoes, as we were discussing
Yes.
earlier. And we walked across 50 different parks. I think it was at least 50. And it was lovely sunny weather, and we are raising funds for the Bow Babe as well. And we had a guy dressed in a Mr. Hanky outfit who...
Are we going to try and describe that reference?
It's just
South Park, anyone?
South. If you know South Park, a lot of the young people didn't really understand what it was, and they thought he was a giant ice cream, and did actually try and lick him. But it was it was a nice little warm up for what was going to be a really exciting month of walking. So on Thursday, the 1st of May, come along here, come for a drink, come for a chat, meet some people. Learn about all the different things that are happening, and learn about London National Park City.
You can pop in after work. I mean, what, 2 minutes from Oxford Circus Station? It's very accessible here.
It's a great place, and a bit of music going on. And we're later in the month we're having another sort of London Late session, we're calling it, where we've got author David Fathers that's got a new book called Green London.
Oh wow!
University of Westminster have put on a whole day conference for us. So
Hopefully it's not finding as exciting as we are. I don't
no,
think.
it's
She's
all right.
Finally tired out.
Yeah. That's happening on Friday the 2nd. Everyone come, tickets again, all for free. And then we're going on a walk in the weekend, aren't we?
Yeah, it's Sunday the...
I want to say it's the 4th. Yeah.
Yeah, so, Sunday the 4th of May. So we're actually going to be testing out section 6 of the Capital Ring.
Yeah.
So that is a mapped Go Jauntly route. So we're starting in Wimbledon Park by Wimbledon Park Station, and we will be going across Wimbledon Park, through Wimbledon Common, through Richmond Park as well. So there'll be a lot of deer activity at this time of year. So Bippy will definitely be on her lead. And then we'll be finishing up in Richmond by the river. So it is roughly about 12 miles. But of course, we always say that people can join during the walk if we have various midway points, or they can tap out early if the distance is a little bit too long. But we always try and go at a very social pace to make sure nobody gets left behind. The full details are on the website. We've mapped out the whole route. The Rambling Association that had actually very kindly written out the whole route with a lot of details. So definitely check it out and do RSVP if you're able to come.
EC Outdoors are also running an event that day.
Oh.
And they are going following Beverly Brook. Have you ever walked Beverly Brook?
Oh, yeah, I've heard of this. Yeah, that's one in Lewisham.
No. So that starts...
No,
where does it start? Putney?
I'm thinking of Ravensbury. That was that one.
Putney, somewhere like that. But it follows Beverly Brook all the way down to New Malden. So maybe, I'm not sure if it'll
Join
work
forces.
out, we might actually cross over at some point. So I wonder if we'll have two walks crossing paths. On Saturday the 3rd, I think it is, Des Garahan, aka Walking Class Hero, he has designed a walk which is an unofficial extension of the Green Link walk.
Oh, wow.
So the Green Link walk launched last year by TfL, and Footways have just created a printed map which launched about a month ago.
Oh, fabulous.
You can pick up for free. There's lots of places you can pick it up for free. And we've created this, Des has created a route, and it goes from Peckham. And where does it go? It goes to Crystal Palace.
I did a section of that route through, where did we start? Well, we went past Tate Modern, I remember, and then we went through a lot of residential areas. But yeah, it's a really, really good route, a really good day out.
Down to Peckham's nice because it goes down the canal, and there's some nice little places to finish off. I quite like the Prince of Peckham. This is not an advert, but
We do like a pub at the end of the walk.
Go Jauntly have created a challenge. So Go Jauntly and Footways are our partners organising the festival, and obviously we were able to use the app to successfully navigate places like the Capitol Ring, but also they do challenges as well.
All you need to do is sign up to the Walk London Challenge on Go Jauntly, which invites you to walk a mile a day throughout May. You can just download the app for free on the App Store or the Play Store.
At the moment, we've got about 40 or 50 events listed for the month. So if we break it down...
Just in May?
Just in May.
Oh, wow. Gosh.
Yeah. Some are sold out already. Black Girls Hike and TfL, they're sold out in 10 minutes.
So how do people find out about these things? And that's actually often something I get asked a lot. Like, how do I find out about events in London? So we have our community platform, obviously, but some of these events will be hosted on Eventbrite. But can people find out about them on the website? Like, what's the best place to go?
For the Walking Month, you can Google. It seems to work. London Walking Festival, and you might find it.
Oh, great! So,
But it is on the London National Park City. And
basically, say just Google it.
Just Google it. Well, if you Google it, I will. Maybe, yeah. But what we're trying to do is really put together. There's so many wonderful things happening in London and different walking groups. And we're not organising 40 or 50 events ourselves. There's so many wonderful things already happening. So we just want to share and create a bigger platform to all those groups already doing loads of great stuff. So by putting all these in one place, I think it's quite nice. And then hopefully people can cross-pollinate. I think that's the word, isn't it?
Yeah. And it really is great. I mean, you know, we've got a wonderful community of rangers, but you do tend to meet a lot of like-minded people on these walks. You learn a lot. I mean, we were talking about Ranger Elly earlier. We recently did a Wandle walk where she was telling us about the industrial history of the Wandle. It was really fascinating. And when I'm on these walks, I always tend to point out birds, and there are people who are interested in other nature and the flora and fauna. So you really do meet like-minded people, and you do build a community. And I always learn something on these walks, especially from people who know the area and are seasoned walkers in London. So even if you're thinking, oh, I'm a bit scared of perhaps joining this by myself, then don't be. There will definitely be a lot of people there who are perhaps walking by themselves or for the first time. So hopefully you feel empowered and confident to join these walks as well.
And there's a real variety, I think. There's some nice short ones that are very accessible. I joined a group called the Pedestrianists last month, and we did a long walk. We did like 30k, and and the last hour or so, we were doing about 8k an hour uphill. We had to get to a gallery before it closed, so we were going quite fast. But those guys, they like long distance walks, and they're doing the 7 cemeteries, which if you know where they are in London, they are quite far apart. Yeah. And they've predicted that walk to be 10.5 hours. I think it might be...
In one day?
In one day, yeah. So...
something from... So the cemeteries I can think of, there's Nunheads.
Yeah.
That's obviously very far south. Up to, what, Highgate?
Highgate is one, yeah.
So if you think those are like completely opposite sides of London.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
They're real kind of homes for wildlife.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I love a cemetery.
Amazing. We've got Annabelle Abbs, who's otherwise known as Annabelle Streets, who's written 52 Ways to Walk, and she's got a new book out. She's got a whole thing about cemeteries and how it's a wonderful, when you want to spend a bit of time in nature, and it might not be that close to where you live. Actually, if you're near one of these big cemeteries, they're wonderful places to explore. I
think, part of the appeal of them is they're so quiet because people don't really think to go to cemeteries. I mean, I've often suggested walk to cemeteries with my friends in the past, and, you know, they go along with it because they think, well, fine, it's a walk, but actually it's a little bit creepy that you want to go to a cemetery. But honestly, because everything is so overgrown normally and sort of left to its own devices, so I definitely recommend a cemetery walk for sure.
Cemeteries are my favourite places to walk in London. They blend greenery with art and architecture. Here we're witness to the past, to the present, to the future even. And perhaps the most extraordinary thing about cemeteries is that they are also hotspots for wildlife. There's more diversity of insect and plant life in a cemetery than anywhere else. And that's because cemeteries have just not been sprayed with pesticides. So if you're looking for butterflies or insects or even rare flowers, a cemetery should be your first stop.
So I mentioned I did this walk yesterday, Walking Post, and I've got a tiny little interview that I'm going to share with you. And I think it was about 4 o'clock and this was the most meticulously planned walk. You know, when you plan a walk and you think, oh, we might hit this at this time, and we're going to have a half-hour break and all of that. They hit every single mark. Like, so we had a 5 o'clock finish at Primrose Hill. We started off in Greenwich, and it was literally on the dot. We finished at 5.
That's incredible. That is unheard of. I don't think I've ever run a walk where it's run completely to schedule, because I think also sometimes the challenge with running walks is people are coming from all across London. There are train delays, like even today, you know, there were train delays on the Thames link. So you do have to perhaps plan your route, but you probably, when you're starting a walk, need to allow maybe a half-hour buffer for people being late. And so just when you start, you're already late.
I think they allowed for that. But we had we were going to have lunch at the Imperial War Museum. We got there at the exact time because we had other people join in also at that time. Even when we had breaks and everything, we hit every single marker on the dot. It was an impressive bit of walk organisation. And I'm going to cut to my little interview. It's only a short little interview, and you can find out a bit more about them.
I'm Emily from the Walking Post. We are just in Hyde Park now, leaving out of the gate near Marble Arch.
How many miles into the day are we?
We are 13 miles, 8.5 probably into the walk. So we've got 3.5 to go. So just an hour and a half, I would say, we'll be in the pub.
That's the ultimate goal.
Absolutely, I'm picturing that pint.
Yeah.
That is what's seeing me through now, because my feet are hurting. So.
Can you tell me a little bit about Walking Post?
So Walking Post was founded 3 years ago by Lucy and myself. Lucy being a web designer and me being someone who writes for my company, writes website content. And also she likes maps, I like directions. So it seemed like a good match. And it kind of went from there really, because Lucy used to design all these routes for a group of us to walk, and then she just wanted to sort of share that with other people. And then we thought, well, why not invite people to come on walks, sort of once a month-ish, meet some new, have some new conversations with people rather than the same ones over and over again. So that's what we've been doing for the last couple of years, which has been great. It's been really fun.
Hi, I'm Lucy Madison from Walking Post. So we walked from Greenwich to Primrose Hill. We're in the middle of it now, crossing lots of little tiny parks and all the royal parks. So, a lot of stuff to see. Yeah, the walk today, it is different today because it's meant to be a challenge walk, because I'm doing a charity fundraiser for Bowel Babe for Cancer Research Fund, as I'm walking in to walk in the Himalayas next year with my daughter. We're doing a challenging trek. We're doing 15, 20k a day. We're going up to 3,000 metres. So it's a 5-day trek, but it's in the Indian Himalayas, so we've got to fly out there and, do whatever we do.
So we can mention the fact that you're walking along now with a crocheted poo on your head.
Yes, a friend of ours has knitted some crochet Mojo poo hats, and we also have someone dressed as Mr. Hankey from South Park, which is basically a full-size poo outfit with a Christmas hat on. And we're getting quite a lot of interest from small children, especially as they were running a mini marathon today, and a few of them attacked Neil, who's wearing this outfit.
What sort of future events have you got planned?
Right, next weekend we're walking as part of the London to Alton Walking Festival. Alton's in Hampshire, and we're walking over 4 days in sections of about 12 miles along the North Downs. Well, come and join our walks. We do open walks for everyone, and they're free, but we do take donations because we have expenses. We've got a website which is walkingpost.co.uk, which has got a lot of our information on loads of walks, and they're all in London and the South East, and they're all linked to public transport. That's quite an important key thing of what we do.
The podcast is available on the website and wherever you get your podcasts. And this podcast was presented by Emily Langston
And Michael Schilling.
Today's special guest was Pippi.
Wow, is she a special guest? She's always there though, isn't she?